Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to talk about something deeply disturbing coming from Oklahoma. I hope I pronounced that correctly. So a local newspaper recently caught on tape a sheriff, a commissioner, a jail administrator, and a sheriff's investigator at a county meeting openly expressing their frustration that they couldn't anger black people anymore. Not only that, they went so far as to threaten to unalive two black reporters. Now, I had to make sure that I read that, carefully and clearly, because what I'm about to say next is very important. You know that thing some white folks always say, like, why do black people make everything about race? Well, this is why. This is why right here. How can you be in a position of power, sought to protect and serve, and be frustrated about not being able to unalive black people anymore? And notice this, they didn't mention any other race, just black people. So when you ask why black Americans, black people in general, why they make everything about race, this is why. I'm honestly so mad right now. I wish this was a clip where I could actually show my face, because you would see the anger. I am frustrated, the pain I'm feeling right now at this moment. With all that being said, I hope you can finally understand why race is always at the forefront for black Americans, for black people in general. It's not a choice, it's survival. Now let's take a look at some of the reactions this story has gotten since it was brought out in the open. I'll be right back at the end of this video to give my own 2 cents. Let's watch this.
New this morning, Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt is asking multiple McCurtain County officials to step down from their jobs immediately. And he's sending in state investigators to see if anything illegal has happened. This move comes after the sheriff, a county commissioner, the jail administrator, and a sheriff's investigator were recorded by a local newspaper at a county meeting expressing frustration that they could not hang black people anymore, and also openly threatening to kill 2 newspaper reporters.
An Oklahoma official resigns after being caught on camera making jokes about hang black people. McCurtain County Commissioner Mark Jennings has stepped down after he was recorded talking about hitmen putting out hits on people and hanging black people. He was quoted saying, "If it was back in the day when Alan Marston would take a damn black guy and whoop their ass and throw him in a cell, I'd run for fucking sheriff." A man identified by Gazette News as Clardy, the sheriff, responds that it's not like that anymore. Jennings then appears to take a step further. Jennings says, "I know, take them down to Mud Creek and hang them up with a damn rope, but you can't do that anymore. They got more rights than we got, you know." I beg your pardon? Yup. Per usual, without evidence to support their claims, the McCurtain County Sheriff's Office said that recording people without their knowledge is illegal and that these recordings have been altered without providing proof. I always tell people, always assume you're being screenshotted, always assume you're being recorded. So whatever you say in public, make sure it's the same shit you say in private. And that's what's been happening. So no, these things weren't altered. These are just how a lot of people in this country feel. And the current administration is giving a lot of energy towards these people. And so here we are.
I'm Dr. Terry Ann Scott, a scholar of African American history and the director of the Institute for Common Power. I'm literally in Montgomery, Alabama, and just finished lecturing about lynching and how it is not a relic of a Jim Crow past, but a modern form of racial violence. And somebody just minutes ago sent me an article that is saying that Oklahoma city officials are lamenting the fact that they can't lynch black people any longer. This is the state of where we are today. They were caught on tape talking about this. So if we want to say that there is not institutionalized systemic racism in law enforcement and other city structures, then we are deluding ourselves. It is up to all of us to dismantle racism, to vote these kinds of officials out, to run for office, to ensure that this is actually a just and inclusive democracy. We all have work to do. We all have a part. Let's do it.
So somebody just sent me a video. I was out here minding my business, and it said that Oklahoma state officials have been caught on tape wishing that they could remit the fact that they can't lynch black people. What? This is what I'm saying. If we, the ones, us meaning, want to continue to believe that it's not systemic racism within the police departments, within these judges systems, within the whole system, then we are deluding ourselves. It's up to us to vote these type of individuals out and for them not to even be able to stay in office. They down there wishing they can lynch us. Y'all gotta vote, man, because what you say matter. These officials in Oklahoma caught on tape saying that they want to lynch black people. And you telling me it's not systemic racism? Yeah, man. Long live.
Okay, y'all, look. Grandma be trying to just chill and mind her own business. But can't mind your own business when in Oklahoma, white folks are arguing and upset because they can't hang black people anymore. But this is America. But they probably Christians. That's what I'm talking. Okay, listen. That's what I'm talking about with white folks and this Christianity bullshit. You got to be out of your motherfucking mind if you think that being a white Christian gives you the right to hang black people. You with these Confederate flags that promote slavery, promotes you being superior, but you a mother. That's what I'm talking about. You cannot continue to say, oh, God, in God we trust. Y'all be the first ones to holler something about how you follow God, how Christianity should be in politics, how Trump is God, how Trump is worshiped, how Trump is praised, promote divisive behavior, racism, and loves to call people he don't even know, and y'all think that's okay. I am really appalled by the ability for white Christians to be KKK members, to be white nationalists, but still feel that there's such a thing called God that promotes the violence, the death. Do y'all not get that throughout history, that's all yet you guys have done? All you have done is taken away from other cultures and profited off of it. If you look at how many black inventors contributed to this country, and all you did was steal from them. You stole the Jack Daniels, you stole the street light, you stole the cell phone. These are all black. If y'all need to, okay, listen. I'm not going to sit here and name all the black inventions and what blacks contributed to this country. I'm not going to do that. But this is a perfect example of how this country runs. And I shared a video, I think 2 days ago, where a man explained it perfectly. United States, the United States, don't do shit, they don't produce shit, and they ain't about shit. Everything comes from China, and all they do is put a label on it, send it to another country, put a label on it, change some of the fucking stitching, and then America takes credit for it. America is nothing but about labels and luxury.
Okay, so let's talk about this. I'm going to start this by saying that the fact that these people felt so comfortable making these jokes about this, and not just anywhere else but in a public place, it says everything. And honestly, it's not surprising, it's not shocking, it's just another reminder of the reality, black people, black folks, black Americans live in. If they're this comfortable saying things like that out loud, imagine the kinds of conversations they're having behind closed doors when they think nobody's listening. That's the part that keeps hitting me. It's not just the word we quote, it's everything else they probably say every day in rooms we're not there. Okay? And the worst part is, this is 2025. We are supposed to be healing from centuries of palm color oppression. We are supposed to be, trying to move past the pain. Trying, I use the word trying, not pretending it didn't happen, but acknowledging it, making it right, doing better. That's supposed to be the goal, right? Healing, building something new, something better. But instead, here we are. What do we see? sheriffs, county officials, people with real power over other people's lives, laughing and joking about unaliving black folks in the open, in the public. It's not just disappointing. I know it's not disappointing because this is not something new, okay? It's exhausting because at this point, the work that needs to be done isn't complicated. Okay? It's actually very simple rather. White folks, your job is to humble yourselves. Your job is to show solidarity. Your job is to listen, to acknowledge the harm, to be part of the healing, not the continuation of the trauma. But instead of humility, instead of standing with us, instead of, we get jokes about, but instead of humility, instead of standing with black folks, we get jokes about unaliving in a very bad way possible. Instead of solidarity, we get laughter. Instead of doing the work to move us forward, some of you are dragging us backwards, And for what? To feel powerful, to feel superior, to keep your foot on someone's just a little bit longer. And you know what else scares me? It's not just about these individuals. It's about what they're teaching their children. What lesson are they passing down at their dinner table behind closed doors? Because heads, it just doesn't grow in the wild. It's taught. It's nurtured. It's passed down like a twisted family heirloom. If this is how these folks talk so casually, then what are they telling their sons, their daughters? What seeds of racism are they planting for the next generation to harvest? And that's the thing. It's exhausting having to constantly defend your humanity, having to explain over and over why you deserve to be treated like a human being, having to pretend that things are getting better when you keep seeing proof that for some people nothing has changed at all. It's a heavy thing to carry, and honestly, it's not something we should be carrying in 2025 and the years to come. But here we are. It's exhausting. I know a lot of you guys are tired too. At the end of the day, I'm going to leave this up to you guys. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section down below, because the only way things can ever change is if we stop pretending they aren't happening. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell. And by the way, let me say this to those people, if you've listened to this video up to the end, and maybe for some reason in the future you're planning to come down to Africa, please, I'm gonna put my email in my about the information. Contact me. I've got the biggest land and I'm willing to sell some pieces to you guys. That is, if you're interested. If you are interested, you have got plans to move in Africa. If you've got plans to move in Africa, you have to make sure that you have an online job. It's not easy going in a foreign land and getting a job easily. So at least I would advise, maybe you're a content creator, or you're skillful enough to start something like farming, whatever, because it's a virgin land. It's very big. I think I've got about 12 acres of land, virgin land. So just in case, I'm not going to take advantage of you, okay? I'm just trying to help a sister, a brother out there. Make sure you contact me for more details, okay? Just in case, if you are interested, I'm not forcing anybody. So don't come for me saying we can't because of this. I'm talking to, somebody who can afford to come down here. And I don't think it's going to cost you that much. Life in Africa is really affordable, and the food down here is very good. Yeah. So with that being said, I'll definitely see you in my next video. Stay peaceful.